Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained was Joe Conolly's philosophy as far as the first winner on today's program, King of Love, the former Kiwi, being his first trotter. I caught up with Joe to discuss just how he got his hands on King of Love and also the upcoming engagements of his star performer, Loyalist. Well, Joe, as I said in the introduction, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Your first trotter, and what a way to start.
Yeah, it was a good start. Didn't really know what to expect coming into the run. Sort of just hoping he'd go around and trot and keep going. And, he's sort of shown me at home he's got something there to work with, but until you bring to the races, you really don't know what to expect with a trotter. So nice to see him go well, and hopefully we can back it up next week.
He looks to be a progressive type.
Yeah, he's only lightly raced. I think he's had 30 odd starts. He's a 5-year-old, so he's back end of his 5-year-old season. He hasn't been pushed too hard. Nice big boy, and he's come from the Hopes over in New Zealand, who do a really good job with their young horses. They educate them really, really well. So, and you would be buying something that was ready to go, and thankfully came over on a good mark still. So I think with his ability level, there's potential there to work his way through the grades.
Joe, is he a horse that you spotted, or did you have someone recommend the horse to you?
No, so one of my owners, Brendan Mickliffe, who runs BPM Bloodstock, he keeps a bit of a side business there as an agent, and he has a list of horses there all the time. So I was always sort of peruse through the list and see what jumps out at me, see if there's anything I like. And I was ready to buy another one and wanted to try and get into the trotting game. So I said, look, send me a list of trotters, and we went through, and he sort of popped up at the right time while I was looking. And I watched a lot of replays, and when he's a relatively safe trotter as far as trotters go, and the hard work had been done with him, so it just looked like a good one to start with.
Does know his business, Brendan. He's got a very good strike rate.
Yeah, he does. He picks well. He's got a lot of good connections. He maintains good relationships with his trainers here and overseas. So, when you're looking for a horse, you'd certainly do a lot worse than going to him, because he can tell you a lot about them before you even look at a horse on the computer or you do your own research. And there's no secrets. If the horse has got issues, that'll come through. You certainly know what you're buying and what you can expect when you get it here.
He wandered about on the home too, but not as bad as the trials. And you're saying he's got a few quirks.
Yeah, he's very spooky. That's his stable name, is Spook. He's a horse that, he's a big boy, but he doesn't understand that about himself. He's scared of absolutely everything. So, in his trial last week, I think he was 4 and 5 wide most of the way. It was only 2 or 3 wide today. So we're getting closer to the markers, and hopefully a few more times seeing the marker peaks and the timing boards on the inside of the track, and you'll be a bit more comfortable coming down the track and racing on the fence line.
Joe, your star performance, Loyalist, had his first run back from a spell, 7th, and wasn't disgraced in the Kilmore Cup behind Better Eclipse.
Yeah, unfortunately that race was a bit of a walkathon. We went down there trying to push our ranking for the New Zealand Cup, and as it turned out, Rock and Roll Do was sitting in the back of the field, probably really the only one strong enough to go and sit outside Emma Stewart's horses with the way the draw fell, and he clearly didn't want to knock his horse around before the big cup. So it ended up being a dash home, but we ran some really good sectionals. Came from the tail of the field, went past half a field and a field full of good horses. So really happy with his run. Just got to find his next target now and press on.
2 options. You've said about New Zealand, also WA's on the board.
Yeah, so I made the call during the week that we're sort of just sitting outside the New Zealand rankings. I think we're in 17th this morning. I did hear today that Captain Ravishing's pulled out again, so probably pushes us up to 16th, but we've got to be in the top 15. And while we're sitting on the edge, I can't really make firm plans to go over to New Zealand. So I've tapped into some of my contacts that we made at the start of the year with an Nullarbor, and made the call we're going to go back to Perth. So I've got Loyalist booked on a flight on Monday night. We're going to go over and chase the Pacing Cup and see how we go there.
We certainly had no luck in the Nullarbor, so it'd be nice to make amends for that effort.
Yeah, well, look, you ran a terrific race. It was just one of those things, around that small circuit, you need to draw well, or at least get the right run in the race, as you judge it in hindsight. So, we go over and give ourselves a second chance. We know he's up to them. He ran a terrific race there last time, and he's probably gone on another level since then. So, we go over there, the horse as well. He hasn't been overworked in recent times, so he's nice and fresh and ready to go. And, if we do get the right trip, I think it's, a race that we can take out.
Yeah, just back on the trotter, with the amount of trotting races we do have here, at particular at headquarters, and the fact that there's good prize money on offer, it's a nice little pool to dip into.
Yeah, 100%. It's a growing sport again in New South Wales, the trotters. So it seemed about the right time to get into it. And you come here on a Saturday night, and the way the pool of horses I've got at the moment, you often have 2 or 3 in the up to 80, up to 95, but then you watch the other races go around, you don't have a runner. So it sort of just made sense. Look, let's get on this game. If we get one that's competitive, we might be able to cash in.
And how many do you have in your team now?
Between Seaton and I, we've got a good number still, probably 14 or 15. I think I've got 5 at my end, and he's got 9 or 10 around at his place. So plenty to keep us busy. But at the moment we've got a nice team of horses, so they're all sort of racing well, and no one's really holding us back too much. So at the moment we're happy.
You must be proud of the way he's progressed. He's a young kid that's come under your care and the way he's developed.
Yeah, it's been good to see. Certainly in recent times too, he's obtained his trainer's license and really taken ownership of what he's doing and growing his own business and doing that. So, it's what he wants to do long term. He's bitten the bullet and gone full time now. So, one of his biggest assets is the way he fosters relationships as well. He's got some good owners on board for himself, and the right people are backing him to do the job. So he's been able to pull in some really good horses, and he puts the effort in, does a good job with them, and he's getting results, which is really great to see.
Well, you're getting results, Joe. Good luck with Loyalists, and we'll continue to watch King of Love with keen interest.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.